Good morning, everyone. My name is Patrick Mantle. I'm the commander of the Huntington Militia. Today we are here outside the Soldier and Sailors Memorial Building here in Huntington to commemorate the 246th anniversary of the Battle of Brooklyn, also known as the Battle of Long Island.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cover. Men at arms, shoulder your firelocks. Fix your bayonets. Shoulder arms. Emily Bader will now lead us in the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, played on the recorder. Present arms. Militia, shoulder, arms. Unfix bayonets. Shoulder, firelocks. Order, firelocks. Stand easy. Thank you, Michael and Emily, for leading us to start off our commemoration. As I said, my name is Patrick Mantle, commander of the Huntington Militia. 246 years ago, the Revolutionary War came to Long Island. In particular, the Battle of Brooklyn, which was fought in the confines of what is today the borough of Brooklyn, was the largest land battle in the Revolutionary War. Earlier in 1776, the British Navy landed their troops on Staten Island. This was the largest naval and amphibious force until the Allied invasion of Normandy in the Second World War. Then on August 22nd, 1776, the British landed their invasion force on the southwest corner of Brooklyn, right by the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. For the next 5 days, they skirmished with the American soldiers who were occupying Brooklyn. Now, General George Washington did not know where the British were going to land, so he organized a series of forts on Brooklyn Heights, Governor's Island, and the southern tip of Manhattan Island, waiting for the British to attack, because he knew the British were coming because they wanted to take New York City and the surrounding area. Once the British landed in Brooklyn, Washington knew that Long Island was their first target. He then sent out his divisions of soldiers to occupy what was called the Heights of Guan. They were a series of hills that ran west to east along what is now Brooklyn. If you go to Park Slope, that's where the Park Slope gets its name, from those hills. The British then set out a three-pronged attack. The first would be 5,000 soldiers going up what's called the Gowanus Road by the Gowanus Canal, on the American right flank, the British left flank, towards the American line. The second group would be 5,000 German Hessians, German mercenaries, commonly called Hessians, but they came from all sorts of German states at this time, because Germany was not a unified country in the 18th century. They were going up towards the Flatbush Pass, which is now Prospect Park. But at the same time, the majority of the British Army, between 10 and 20,000 British soldiers, under the command of General William Howe, General Cornwallis, and General Clinton, went around the American line to a pass along the Heights of Guan called the Jamaica Pass, which is where now Evergreen Cemetery is today. And what they did was they were able to outflank the American line and get behind the American soldiers. Then the British then got to a town in Brooklyn called Bedford, where we get Bedford-Stuyvesant today. Fired 2 cannon shots to alert the first 2 groups of soldiers to attack the Americans. The Americans, now seeing the British regulars and Hessians in front of them, and now hearing gunfire behind them, soon realized that they were completely surrounded. The Americans then had a couple of choices there. They could stay and fight to the death, they could surrender, or they can flee. And a whole bunch of them started to flee in large numbers back to the safety of their forts along Brooklyn Heights. However, unfortunately, over about 300 American soldiers died in the Battle of Brooklyn, and over 1,000 soldiers were captured because they were not able to return to safety. At the end of the day, the British held the field. They won the battle. This was Washington's first military loss of the war, and it was the first battle actually after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It has been once said that American independence was signed in ink in Philadelphia and signed in blood in Brooklyn. However, so after the day of the battle, the Americans are safe in their forts in Brooklyn Heights, and the British are just outside their forts. But they do not attack, because they do not want to have a repeat of Bunker Hill, where they go in, attack a fortified position, and have many casualties. So they wait and they build siege works to lay siege to those forts. And hopefully then, in the meantime, the British Navy that's still by Staten Island would sail north in New York Harbor and cut off Washington by the sea at the East River. However, by stroke of luck or maybe divine intervention, a big storm came those next couple of nights, and the British fleet was not able to sail north in the harbor to cut off Washington from the sea. During this time also, Washington took his army on Brooklyn Heights and sailed them across the East River to Manhattan Island, right by where the Brooklyn Bridge is today, under the cover of darkness, evacuating his entire army there in the middle of a storm. On the morning of August 29th, 1776, the British realized that there's no more sniper fire coming from the forts. They walk right in, see the campfires are still burning, but realize that the American army has completely vanished overnight. Washington had saved the American army by this daring and courageous evacuation attempt. And so even though the Battle of Brooklyn was a huge loss for the American cause of independence, Washington was able to keep the American army, the Continental Army, fighting, and that's what ended up winning our independence in the war. The Huntington Militia was honored to have been part of the Battle of Brooklyn. Very small part, but members of the Huntington Militia were there fighting in Brooklyn as members of the 1st Suffolk County Regiment of Militia. Most of the time they were tasked for fatigue and duties that were not involved with combat. However, a few were a part of Sullivan's division which were guarding the Flatbush Pass. As I said, that's where the Hessians attacked. Now, the first Suffolk County Regiment of Militia carried with them as their regimental colors the Huntington Liberty flag, which in 1975 was made the official flag of the town of Huntington. The Huntington Liberty flag was created on July 22nd, 1776, so just about a month prior to the Battle of Long Island, the Battle of Brooklyn, when the Declaration of Independence, the news of the independence reached the town of Huntington. The Declaration was read aloud on the village green just down the road here at Main Street and Park Avenue to a very, very excited crowd. So in the excitement of hearing about American independence, they took their town flag, which was a red flag with the words Liberty on one side, King George III's name on the other, and then the King's colors, the British Union into Canton, in the corner of the flag. They ripped off the King's colors, ripped off King George's name, stuffed it into an effigy of King George III, and blew it up on a Liberty pole, creating the Huntington Liberty flag, leaving the red banner with the word Liberty. And this is the type of flag that the Huntington Militia and the first Suffolk County Regiment of Militia took into battle. Unfortunately, since because of the outcome of the battle, many militiamen were captured. Some had perished, and the rest retreated with Washington back to Brooklyn Heights. And the Huntington Liberty flag was captured by the Hessians. And as the story goes, the Hessians brought it back to Germany and put it in a museum in the city of Dresden. And unfortunately, that museum was destroyed during an Allied bombing raid in the Second World War. So that was the history of the Huntington Liberty flag. Now I'd like to ask Liam to come forward to help raise the flag on our flagpole here. Emily and Mike will now lead us in Yankee Doodle. Three cheers for American liberty. Hip hip, huzzah! Hip hip, huzzah! Hip hip, huzzah! We're now going to have a leaf ring here on this monument here. The reason why we decided to do it here is the Sons of the American Revolution erected a monument for the Patriots of Long Island. So that's why we're doing the ceremony here today. So I'd like to invite my good friend Kyle Parker, who is a member of the 23rd Regiment of Foot, British Grenadiers, Royal Welsh Fusiliers in America, to help lay the wreath upon the monument. Militia, take care. Shoulder your firelocks. We will now fire a musket's salute. We're going to be firing it into the over the parking lot this way, so to be safe. When you hear the command to make ready, that'll be the time to cover your ears. It's not going to be very, very loud, but just if you want to protect your ears, just cover your ears on the command of make ready. Lift 2 steps to the front. March. To the left, face. In the front, my Indian file. Follow these. March. Walk. Left, turn. Left, turn. Take care. Hold. To the right, face. Militia, prime and load. Militia, make ready. Freeze and elevate. Fire. Prime and load. Shoulder your firelocks up to your shoulder. Militia, make ready. Freeze and elevate. Fire. Prime and load. Militia, make ready. Freeze and elevate. Fire. Shoulder, half cock firelocks. Shut pans. Shoulder your firelocks. Secure your firelocks. Shoulder firelocks. Bring rammers. Return, rammers, shoulder, firelocks. Return to your normal post, to the right about, face.
In the battle, we play 3 tunes that would have been familiar to all of them. We start with Chester, marching song for the Continental Army. Then we play God Save the King in honor of the British. And finally, A Mighty Fortress is Our God and Westerbork in German, which would have been familiar to all of the German troops, no matter where they came from.
Chris, get in line with it. Militia, shoulder your firelocks. Militia, rest your firelocks. Militia will rest upon your firelocks. Reversed, mourn, arms. Militia, rest your firelocks. Militia, shoulder your firelocks. Militia, order your firelocks. And that concludes our commemorative ceremony memorializing those who paid the ultimate sacrifice 246 years ago at the Battle of Brooklyn, the Battle of Long Island. Thank you so much for coming out to see our ceremony. We've been streaming live on Facebook. You'll be also able to see this on our website and our YouTube page. Just search Huntington Militia into Google and come out to see us at various events. In September, we're going to be at the Culper Spy Day in Setauket and at Raymond Hall Museum in Oyster Bay. And then we'll be back here in Huntington at the Huntington Arsenal just down the road on Park Avenue, right by the Cinema Arts Center in October for our fall muster. So definitely come in and check us out there, and feel free to mingle with our members here if you are interested in learning more about the Huntington Militia and about joining. We are all a volunteer organization. So we would love to welcome new members, men, women, and children. We're a family-oriented group This was a very, very special occasion that we were able to do this event. Usually we're doing an event in Brooklyn. Unfortunately, we were unable to attend, so we still wanted to commemorate this day, this anniversary, this battle, especially because of its connections here to the town of Huntington. A big thanks to Robert Hughes, the town historian, for helping to put together our ceremony here today. It's very good, and it warms my heart to have the town of Huntington here, which is very passionate about its history, especially its historic district. We are based here in Huntington at the Arsenal, the home of Job Sammis, the weaver, and so we love living history. We love reenacting, and we love performing ceremonies like this. So again, thank you for coming here, and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Saturday, and God bless America. And thank you for all of our servicemen and women, especially those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. Lest we forget their courage, their sacrifice. Again, three cheers for the Huntington Militia. Hip hip, huzzah! Hip hip, huzzah! Hip hip, huzzah! Thank you very much. This concludes our ceremony.